YouTube, welcome back. Today we have this problem. It's called longest common prefix. It's a problem. It's in Adobe and Amazon and Bloomberg and also Facebook and Twitter. This I guess it was there because it's a pretty famous problem. So we have write a function to find the longest common prefix string amongst an array of strings. If there is no common prefix, return an empty string. So we have this one as example, and the common one is the FL. It's shown it the first here, the first here, the first here. So we have FL and we return FL. And let's just go to the board to talk about how we can solve this problem. And let's just make this one bigger. I want to make it white. Okay. So there's multiple ways to solve this problem. One of them is to make a brute force, and I guess the brute force will be the brute force. We will loop with each array, which we have for each element, and in each element we'll loop for each character, and we'll compare this character with each other element of character. So I guess it will be O of n. This one, it will be of n squared, and we have n, I guess of n triple or something like that. It will be pretty awful actually, but yeah. And there is other ways to create a hash table. So for the hash table, we start to put all of the first I was saying the hash table we could do put the smallest length, the smallest string, and after that we try to find for each we put all of the values of the smallest string, and just to try to find if these values with their indexes, of course, and we try to find if these values appears in the two other strings. That could also work. I guess there is maybe two other solutions. There is a lot of solutions to solve this problem, but what comes to my mind is to use a binary search. What? Sorry, I guess what's going on? I guess that, wait a minute, let me refresh because it's not yeah. Okay, let me just delete this. Okay, let's go. So we can use a binary search. And how we can do this? So first of all, we want to find the longest prefix. And the longest prefix, let's think about how a little bit about the longest prefix. First of all, the length of the longest prefix, I guess it should be bigger than 0 and less than the smallest string. Let's call it SM, the smallest string. So this is a small string. So the prefix right now is bigger than 0, its length, and it's equals or less than 4, because it can't be more than longest one. It can be. It's not reasonable. So this is the first thing about the prefix. But how can we solve it with binary search? So we first of all take low and high. So I guess low will equal 0, and high will equals, as we said, it will be 0, and it will be less than or equals the smallest string, the smallest length of the string. Yeah. So it will be maybe will be 4. But -1 because we want this in the index of the last element. So, and after that we will have the mid, which will be 0 plus 3 divided by 2, which equals, I guess, let's mess that floor or not. Let's make it mess that floor. So it will be 1.5. If we floor it will be 1. So when you have it like that, you can just try to, first of all, we have the first 4 of each one, and we just divide them, and we take the left side, and we try to go with the other left sides, and we go with the right side, and we try to go with the other right side. Okay, and after that, if the as you can see, this left equals this left, but it doesn't equal this one. So this left is not, we're not calculating this left anymore, and we are in this sorry, we're not calculating this right side anymore, and we are now in the left. So because we are now in the left side, we will just put the left side in two different sides, and let's just compare the left side right now. If LO, and we have this one doesn't equal it, so we will just have a new mid. For each one we have a new mid, so we'll have maybe the if will be the mid, and we'll just try to make a comparison, and we reach the value with FL. So maybe if you don't understand from the sketch, I guess you could understand it pretty decent from the code. So let's just throw it in the code. So we'll put some base cases. So I will say if strs equals null, or the strings the length equals 0, I will return empty because there's no prefix. Okay, so I will just let min length. We will use this min length to get the high value. So because we have low and high right now, it will equal infinity, and we will try to get this. We want to get the smallest length, because the smallest length of this array, we're gonna the smallest length of a specific string that lives in this array, because this will be the high value, because the high will not be bigger than this one. So say for let I equals 0, I okay, let's make it for of loop. Let's say let len equal of strs, and I will say min len will equals math.min, I guess, because I want the smallest. Math.min min len, and len.length. Okay, so right now we have the smallest min length will have the value of the smallest length. What is the smallest length? The smallest length is 4. So I will say okay, let's have our low and high. So let low, let's say equals 1, and I would say y to equals 1, and let high equals min len, and I will say we will make a while loop while low is less than or equals high, and I will say I will get middle. Let middle will equals math.flow high plus no, high plus low divided by 2, and not height, not height. High plus 2 divided high plus low divided by 2, so we'll get the middle. And out of that, when we get the middle, we will have the string. Like, let's say that we have low and middle. So what I will try to do is that I will try to work with the middle. So for example, let's say that, because all the time we work from the 0, so in the middle here, I guess the middle will be it's 1, and this one it will be how much it will be? Min it will be 4 plus 1 5 divided by 2, no, it will be 2. So min will be 2. So we basically start to from 0 to the 2 index. So we start with the first 3. and let just and we will try to compare these three first three elements with each other. If they doesn't match, if they don't match at all, what I'm going to do is that I will take one from high, so it will be we will end with middle will be with one, okay. And when they don't match, I will take another one. If they match, I will add one to low, so I will increase the searching area. So let's just I have the middle, and I want to create the function that to do the search for me. So I will create a function called function function is common strs and len. I will say let the substring will equals the substring. Let's say the substrings it will equals the first any array of them, any string of them that from 0 up to len up to len, and the len will be equals the middle. So it will be strings, let's say of 0 the substring substring not substring it will be from 0 up to len. And what I'm going to say, I'll make a for loop that checks if this is if this substring is a prefix or not. If it's a prefix, okay, let's just increase the low to make sure that okay, this is the prefix. So increase the low, or like increase make the low equal the middle plus one, so to make sure that to continue search in the string, so maybe you can find a bigger prefix. So we will just say that for let I equals 1, and I will say why 1 not 0, but you understand why it's 1 not 0. I is less than st or s dot length and I plus plus, okay. And what I'm going to do is that I will say if the strs, because it's 1 because we have already the subs of the 0, I guess it's obvious. I'm saying that if strs, if the strings of I the starts, no, if the string of it doesn't starts with, and just start with this is, yeah, okay, does it start with the subs or not? With the sub, that means, let's call it sub, not subs. That means it's not a prefix, or we return false. Otherwise we return true. After the for loop and we then return false, we return true. So we have the middle. So I will say that I will go back to the function. I will say that if it's common, because it's return true or false, so it's common, I'll give it the strs and the middle. If it's common, that means we have a prefix, but we want to make sure if this prefix is the biggest or not. So to make sure that we give it, we will give the low another value. So for example, if these first two are the prefix, we'll okay, so these are prefix, so add them, and we have the we will start another scanning from the low. So for example, the low will be middle plus 1 and the high will be the same. So let's just say if they have prefix, so I will say that low equals middle plus 1, else that means they are not prefix, so I will just take one from high. I will make my search area quite smaller. So I will say high equals middle minus 1. And after all of that, right now we know the low and the high. So basically, the low and the high would represent where the prefix string starts and where it ends. So when I do like the when I find my low and high, I'll return the strs of 0 or for of if any element of any string, because they are prefix. So it's if you put of 2 of 1, it should be any, but like we make sure that we have at least one. So strings of 0 from strs of 0 dot substring 0, and we had math dot floor low plus high divided by 2. Yeah, that's it. I just check. Okay, so let's talk about how this works, because there is a lot of code here, and I guess that we need to just let's just walk through the code. So we have this string. So first of all, we want to get the smallest the length of the substring of the common prefix. The longest common prefix should be bigger than 0 and less than or equals the smallest string. So we want to get the length of the smallest string. So because of that, we do this for loop. So this for loop gives us the smallest length of the string. So we have this one, it's called min length, and we just make math.min to get the smallest string length of the smallest length in the strings. So after we find the min length, we assign to high, and we have low, and low equals 1. So we just try to make a while loop while low is less than or equals high. So we don't, because we don't want to loop endlessly. So when you have a binary search, it's just that you have you just divide your array by 2 areas, because we don't want to map through the full array. Just divide by 2 areas and try to find result from there. So we have a middle. We create a middle. It will equals high and low. And right now, high it's equals high is equals 1. High it equals 4, and low equals 1. So right now it will be, let's say, middle will equals 1 plus 4 divided by 2. It will equals 2.5, and when we floor it, it will equals 2. So we have this one, the middle equals 2. So we run is common to make sure that is if the first 3, because it's 2, so we're talking about the index, so the first 3 elements are common or not. So we have this one is common. Let's go for this is common. So the length of the is common is 2. So I'm making substrings of 0 and I make substrings of the first element from 0 to 2, and it will be FLO. And when we have FLO here, we try to make a for loop. We start from the first one. I'm saying that, okay, if the substrings of I, for example, I right now equals 1, so I'm here, start with the sub FLO. This is true, so it starts with FLO. For the second one, it doesn't start with FLO. It starts with FLI. So we return false, because it's like all in or all out. So this one is this function give us false. So because of false, we take 1 from high. So because we took 1 from high will equals 3 right now. Because of 3, let's just run this loop again. And we have right now 1 plus 3, it will equals 4. And high it equals middle minus 1. Sorry. High it will equals middle minus 1. So let's just try to middle minus 1, and middle was what? Middle was 2. So high will equals 1. And low will equals 1. So it will be 1, and high will equals 1. 1 plus 1 will equals 2 divided by 2 will equals 1. So right now middle is equals 1. So I will run this function again. It's common strings and middle, and the middle I will think the index of 1. So we have the substring, and the substring, because it's 0 to 1, so we have right now fl. So we run this function again, and I'll say, okay, for let I equals 1, okay, I less than string and I plus plus, so a string of I, this one starts with fl, that's right. Let's go for the second one, starts with fl, that's right. So we end the loop, so we return true, because we end the loop and we return false, so we return true. And because we return true, we make low equals middle plus 1, so middle equals 1 and low, so low will equals 2, and right now low is bigger than high, so we end this while loop. Okay, and after ending this while loop, we have low is equals 1 and high is equals 1. So we return the strings, the substring 0 from 0 to math.floor, low plus high, so 1 plus 1 divided by 2, it will be equals 1. So from 0 to 1 we return this one. So, and it's, if you can see, we return the same. So it's maybe the code looks too much, but this solution, it's worth giving a shot, and it's really useful. And yeah, that's it for this video. I hope this solution was quite good. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video, and see you in future problems.